Last week we started on this journey of what we're calling Lessons from the Wilderness. We started on our journey last week at the beginning, finding the children of Israel prepared to enter into the promised land and wandering in their wilderness. This week I want to go to almost the opposite extreme and think about the wilderness of death. I started thinking about this as we were reading in the book of Genesis, chapter 5. Do you remember how that read? It sounded like this. Adam lived 930 years, and then he died. Seth lived 912 years, and then he died. Enosh lived 905 years, and then he died. Kenan lived 910 years, and then he died. And Methuselah lived 969 years, and then he died. Did you notice a pattern? They lived, and then they died. This is our reality. I was also reminded of this pattern on one of my morning walks. I walked through the Willoughby Cemetery on Sharp Avenue, and while walking, I always notice two things when I look at the tombstones. One, I can't help but notice that some of the stones are tall, some of the stones are short. Some stones are very elaborate. Some stones are very simple. Some of the stones are new, and of course, some of the stones are old and cracked and broken. Some of the stones have many words chiseled into them. Some have just a few words. The second thing I notice is that all the stones have one thing in common. They tell when a person was born and when they died. Today we are reading about the death of Moses in Deuteronomy chapter 34. And friends, there is a pattern to life. We are born, and then we will die. Today I would like to challenge you to begin the preparation for your wilderness in death. I know we don't like to think about that. Maybe it even frightens us. But I want us to think about how can we be prepared when we find our time in that wilderness. Listen to the scripture as it is read to us from Deuteronomy chapter 34.